Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Welcome in to soggy Ozark, Missouri, where the skies are a little bit gray, but the opening day energy is very strong. 4 teams in the Grip and Rip Baseball League will start their road to the Howard Bell Trophy today. It's a doubleheader on a beautiful Sunday live from Sky Bacon Stadium in Ozark, Missouri, the home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League, where for 8 seasons the GRBL has been baseball's ultimate second chance for men ages 21 and older, ex-college baseball players, ex-high school baseball players, even a few ex-pros who are not quite ready to give up on the dream that is playing ball. Stepping into that batter's box, stepping onto that pitcher's mound, fielding a sharp grounder, and achieving the ultimate glory. And in the GRBL, the ultimate glory is the Howard Bell Trophy. It is a championship awarded now 7 times. The reigning and defending champions Springfield Metropolitans will be in action a little bit later on today. 7 games in the regular season. All 6 teams in the league make the playoffs, and in late October, only one will stand as the Howard Bell Trophy title holder. Well, hello once again, everybody. I'm Ranceberger. We welcome you in to the GRBL Sunday doubleheader, where today at high noon it's a showdown between the Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks. Then coming up at 3, the Branson Showmen are set to take on the Springfield Metropolitans. This Locos-Mavericks game boasts a tremendous pitching matchup between 2 right-handers, definitely ready to prove that, you know, the calendar is one thing, age is just a number, but both of them can still go. It starts with Andy Galle, the right-hander from the Moon City Mavericks. He's been in the league now 7 years. This is his 8th. He's won the Howard Bell Trophy just once, and that was with the Springfield Metropolitans in 2022. He didn't go back to the Mets. The Moon City Mavericks grabbed a hold of the Hall of Famer in the draft, and so he enters today's game with a new path before him to try to win his second bell. Andy Galle's career numbers: 160 1/3 innings pitched in the Grip and Rip League, just 39 earned runs. He has struck out a league record 179 batters and counting with just 17 walks. He is the picture of power and control, a career ERA of 2.19 for Andy. He was very good for the Metropolitans in 2022, allowing 12 earned runs through 41 innings pitched, gave up 39 hits, struck out 48, walked 5, and hit 2 batters, so his ERA a season ago, 2.63. And at 39 years old, Andy Galle is at an age where, certainly most, I think, would look at him and say, he's just too old to be playing baseball. But not here, not in the Grip and Rip League, and not when that competitive spirit is still strong and still runs through the veins of the veteran right-hander from Columbia, Illinois, Andy Galle. Opposite Galle today for the Republic Locos is a second-year pitcher in the Grip and Rip. He is originally from Wisconsin, now resides in Joplin, Missouri, 42-year-old Jon Bortz. Second year with the Locos, his second year in the GRBL. In 2022, Bortz pitched 24 2/3 innings, allowed 10 earned runs on 30 hits. He had 23 strikeouts to 8 walks and 4 hit batsmen. Had a sub-2 ERA prior to the playoff semifinals, where he got blown up a little bit by the eventual champion Springfield Metropolitans. So he finished it out 2022 with a 3.64 ERA. But make no mistake about it, Jon Bortz, 42 years old, from Portage, Wisconsin, can still go. He's an animal on the mound with a good fastball-slider combination, and we look for Bortz to have a tremendous second year here in the Grip and Rip. Weather will be the other story, as both teams, the Locos and the Mavericks, may run into a bout with Mother Nature a little bit later on today. In the past 36 hours, Ozark, Missouri has gotten about 3/4 of an inch of rain, 77 hundredths of an inch to be precise. However, this artificial turf surface is built for situations like this one. It drains very quickly. It has drained very quickly. I myself went out and walked around on it a little bit just about a half an hour ago, and other than just a little bit more sponginess than usual, the turf feels really good. Could be a little bit of a slip factor for outfielders chasing down a ball, or in the event that an infielder would need to plant a foot or cut sharply around a base or something like that. So there may be a little bit more slip. But other than that, this field is in terrific shape, very playable, and we should most certainly be able to get this game started and get it going on time at high noon. It's a real testament to the engineering here. We are watching the radar off to our west. Right now, it is 74 degrees here in Ozark. Feels like 74. We're scheduled to get up to a high of around 83 before today is done. Off to our west, just watching the radar, there is some precipitation just east of Joplin, so about 65 or 70 miles to the west of here. And as I've been watching that precipitation, it has been moving in a pretty due easterly direction. The good news is that it appears to be weakening. So we may certainly get a shower or a little bit of a disruption at some point today. But in my uneducated opinion, full disclosure, I do not have the American Meteorological Society seal of approval, but I think we may get rained on today, but nothing should occur weather-wise that would mean we can't get today's doubleheader completed and in the books successfully. Down on the field, managers Chris Mesa for the Republic Locos and Mr. Five-time Daniel England shaking hands with today's umpires. Donald Price will be behind the plate. Todd King will be on the bases, today's crew from the Mid-America Umpires Union, and we certainly thank the guys at MAU for sending us some of their best every Sunday in the fall. It's a good chance for those gentlemen to work on everything they need to work on. You know, a lot of these umpires regularly do college and high school games throughout the spring and summer months, so they get out here in the Grip and Rip, get to see some of the pros in action. And for the MAU guys, I know these games can also be a lot of fun. And fun is really the big name of the game here in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. If you've never been out here, you really don't get what this experience is about until you see it firsthand. People who haven't been to a game just don't get it. It's just $5 for adults to get in the gate. Children 12 and under always admitted free, and there is always something going on to try to get the fans to interact. You're really only a stranger once in the Grip and Rip League, and before you know it, Sundays just turn into sort of a big extended family picnic. Everybody knows each other. You know, you get to see the same fans who are rooting for their loved ones each and every Sunday, and it's just a tremendous time. Ben Graham, Republic Locos pitcher, out on the field, had his daughter throw out a ceremonial first pitch. And as the players come onto the field, we will talk about starting lineups. First, for the Republic Locos, their shortstop, none other than the GRBL Hall of Famer from Lee's Summit, Missouri, now a resident of Fair Grove, Caleb Cole. In the second position, he is in center field, wears number 3, the 2022 Rookie of the Year, Trent Simpson. Batting third for the Locos, the second baseman, wears number 6, that's Ben Van Gorp. Batting fourth, the extra hitter, wears number 13 from Salem, Missouri, John Arts. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 7, Cole Hazelhorst. Batting sixth is the third baseman from Waynesville, Missouri. He is Trey Simpson, Trent Simpson's brother. Batting in the 7th spot is the manager for the Locos. He plays first base. That is number 24 from Chicago, Illinois, Chris Mesa. Batting 8th, the right fielder, number 5, the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. Batting in the 9 spot is the left fielder, number 2, Chandler Maples. Batting in the 10 spot is the pitcher wearing number 9, Jon Bortz. So it's Cole, Trent Simpson, Van Gorp, Arts, Hazelhorst, Trey Simpson, Mesa, Tolbert, Maples, and Bortz. The pitcher for the Republic Locos battery, it's Cole Hazelhorst. Receiving pitches from the 42-year-old righty from Joplin, Missouri, Jon Bortz. Moon City Mavericks just managed 1 win a season ago. That will not do for manager Daniel England, who has won the Howard Bell Trophy 5 times, 4 times as a player, once as a manager in 2021. They start like this. The second baseman out of Hartville, Missouri, wears number 8, rookie Tyler Collison. Another rookie will bat in the 2nd spot. He wears number 15, the left fielder from Willard, Missouri, Nick Hooper. Batting 3rd is the center fielder, Mr. Franchise, from Truman State University, number 21, Joe Emery. Batting 4th is the 3rd baseman. He wears number 12, won the title with the Springfield Metropolitans a year ago. That's Harrison Broadstreet. Batting 5th, playing shortstop, wearing number 7. He is a former Atlanta Braves farmhand from Marshfield, Missouri, Bradey Welsh. In the 6th spot is the right fielder, number 9, from Griffith, Indiana, Jamar Averyhart. Hitting in the 8th spot is the first baseman, number 13, from Springfield, Missouri, Michael Barnes. The extra hitter today is number 5, Ryan Burks. In the 9th spot is the catcher, number 6, Evan Barnett. And pitching, we told you about him. He is the GRBL Hall of Famer, the league's all-time leader in strikeouts with 179, number 11, Andy Galle. So it's Collison, Hooper, Emery, Broadstreet, Welsh, Averyhart, Barnes, Burks, Barnett, and Galle for the Space Cowboys. Battery mates Evan Barnett receiving balls and strikes. Probably more strikes than not from Andy Galle. We will step aside, come back, and bring you the first pitch right here from Sky Bacon Stadium. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free on YouTube.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Back live to Sky Bacon Stadium. The Robert Lewis Memorial opening weekend rolls on. The first of 2 games set for today. A high noon showdown between the Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks. Republic a season ago won the Grip and Rip Baseball League North Division title and clinched a first-round bye in the playoffs. However, they ran into the eventual champions, the Springfield Metropolitans, who knocked Republic out and advanced to go on to win the Howard Bell Trophy. Andy Galle, the mound man for the Moon City Mavericks, getting the opening day start for the home club today. Galle originally from Columbia, Illinois, just on the east side of the Mississippi River from St. Louis, Missouri. He attended Southeast Missouri State University for a semester, then took his talents to Southwestern Illinois College in Granite City, Illinois. That's where he played junior college baseball. Ended up with Indiana State University, where he led the Sycamores with strikeouts, 70 of them in 2005. 2006 as a senior, he had a 3.81 ERA. He was 5-3 across 7 starts, pitched 52 innings, gave up 22 earned, had 25 strikeouts and 14 walks. Galle played professionally in the Independent Frontier League that summer in 2006 for the Gateway Grizzlies. They play out of Sauget, Illinois. Pitched 8 2/3 innings for the Grizzlies, had a 5.19 ERA. After that 2006 season, Andy said he made what he called at the time one of the hardest decisions of his life. Got out of baseball, took a job working for Fabic Cat. He's still in the equipment rental business. He has just made the move to Springfield, and with that, found a home in the Grip and Rip Baseball League in 2016, and the rest is one of the most storied pitching careers we've seen. A couple of Hall of Famers going at it here as Caleb Cole is in the box for the Republic Locos. Ahead in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes. Make that 3. Caleb from Lee's Summit, Missouri, now lives in Fair Grove on a farm with his wife Olivia and their daughter Nora. Looked at one high and tight there. So Caleb Cole, one of 3 members of the GRBL's 50-hit club. He was just the second to ever get there. Swings and one hops this one to the shortstop. That was Bradey Welsh. Well, that does not look like Bradey Welsh. That's Harrison Broadstreet, actually. So a little bit of a flip in the lineup for the Moon City Mavericks. Harrison Broadstreet's at shortstop, and Bradey Welsh is at third, already having to use the eraser today. Nevertheless, Caleb Cole retired on the 6-3. Here's Trent Simpson, the 2022 Rookie of the Year loan officer out of Missouri Valley College. Does home loans for Patio. It's a strictly online home financing outfit out of Springfield, Missouri. Trent swings, fouls this one off. Simpson, originally from Waynesville, Missouri, had a very good rookie year. First of all, plus defender, but 16 for 33, a .485 batting average, and those 16 hits give Simpson a share of the single-season record for hits in the GRBL. 16 hits in 9 games in his case, but there are 5 players now who share that record. 3 of them did it in 2022. So across the league, offense was up. We expect more hitting and more scoring here in 2023 across the board. That 1-2 pitch is swung on, looping foul, giving chase, and making the catch is the left fielder for the Moon City Mavericks. Nick Hooper caught the ball and had time to take 2 steps before he went over the white line into the Locos pen, and that is an out. Nice set of wheels from Nick Hooper, and Joe Emery, the center fielder, talked to us about that following the Mavericks' performance in the preseason jamboree. He said, "I've never played in an outfield with this much speed." He was referring to his partners out there, Jamar Averyhart in right and Nick Hooper in left, and you just saw the potential for Nick Hooper to range over well into foul territory and make a catch for an out. Ben Van Gorp swings and chases. He's down 0-2. With 2 away here in the top of the first, just getting started for a full day of ball here at U.S. Baseball Park. One and two after Galle threw one well outside to Evan Barnett. It'll be a big adjustment for Barnett when Galle's slider is coming. Ben Van Gorp goes down looking. That was the slider, and that time Barnett set it up well framed it for the strikeout. So down goes Van Gorp, a 1-2-3 inning, gets the Mavericks started. They will come to bat in the bottom of the first when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Live and free for you today on YouTube. Big thanks to the league's title sponsor, Henry's Towing. Let Henry do it.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Jon Bortz, the right-hander from La Crosse, Wisconsin, has the baseball today for the Republic Locos. Bortzy had a great rookie year, looking to do a little bit more here in 2023. Bortz drives an hour each way to play here, Joplin, Missouri, about 80 miles off to our west. That's where we're also coincidentally watching the weather radar right now. Nevertheless, Jon from Portage, Wisconsin, where he graduated Portage High School in 1999 and went on to play for the University of Wisconsin La Crosse. After college, he played in Wisconsin's Home Talent League. That is a men's amateur league throughout the state, really. But Jon played for a club called the Rio Railmen. The Home Talent League is a kind of the premier league for what Wisconsinites and other upper Midwesterners refer to as town ball. It's from years gone by when the weather is good. Folks in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan really go nuts for their hometown clubs, and it's a big deal for players who end up hanging around back home to go out and represent their town. So the Home Talent League has 44 teams, although it's really sort of 4 leagues that all combine together to have, you know, one bit of super playoffs in the postseason. So Jon Bortz had great success in the Home Talent League after the family moved to Missouri, found the Grip and Rip just through a simple Google search, and really enjoys making those drives over from Joplin to continue playing on Sundays and play well is what he has been up to thus far. Tyler Collison, a rookie from Hartville, Missouri, steps into the batter's box for Moon City here. Collison, an infielder, wears number 8, playing second base today. Played collegiately at Evangel University. Can do a little bit of everything. He's pretty versatile. Pop up here on the infield. Chris Meza, the first baseman, ranges over into the first base coach's box and makes the catch. Well, speaking of promising rookies, we saw him make a nice play in the outfield in the top of the first. Here's Nick Hooper batting in the bottom of the first. He's from Willard, Missouri. Played junior college baseball at Jefferson College. He's now back closer to home, finishing out a master's degree in education at Missouri State. 6'1". He was a college pitcher. After Jeffco, he went to Lubbock Christian University for 2 years, where he pitched 40 2/3 innings with a 4.65 ERA. Definitely projects to get some time on the pitcher's mound here in the GRBL, but is really looking to carve out his name as a two-way player. So when he's not pitching, he wants to be assigned a position. Here's a grounder to the second baseman. That is handled nicely by the Locos' Trey Simpson. Or check that. That is not Trey Simpson. That is Ben Van Gorp making the play. So Van Gorp makes the throw over to his manager, Chris Meza, for the out. Apologies there. Trey Simpson is playing third. Caleb Cole's the shortstop. Van Gorp's at second. Meza at first. Catcher is Cole Hazelhorst. Receiving pitches from Jon Bortz. Joe Emery just looked at a strike. So Joey Franchise down on the count here, 0-1. Swings and grounds this one. Simpson dives, can't get it. Cole got the ball and then lost the handle. So that, we'll wait and see how that is scored, but Emery reaches safely. That will be scored a hit. It's an infield single for Joe Emery. So he is aboard for Harrison Broadstreet. Harry B., the stand-up comic out of Springfield, Missouri. Can catch him at the Blue Room Comedy Club. He's facing great expectations with this move over to the Moon City Mavericks here in 2023. He was 10 for 31 a season ago with the Metropolitans. Swings, fouls this one back. So he won a title with the Mets in 2022. Also was on the championship winning team for the Ozark Mountain Ducks in 2020. But last season perhaps was his best in his entire playing career out here. He hit .323. His on-base percentage was up at .382. He had 3 doubles. He drove in a couple. Grounder to third. Trent Simpson up with it. Has to rush the throw. It got to Meza, but it's off the glove. That's going to allow Emery to take third. Broadstreet safe at first. That will be charged as an error. Was a tough play for Trent Simpson, no doubt. But Broadstreet will not be scored for the hit. Nonetheless, Mavericks happy to have something cooking here for Bradey Welsh. Runners on first and third with 2 out. And the former Atlanta Braves farmhand comes up here, second year with Moon City. For Brady's career, he is 19 for 61 in the grip and rip for a .311 average. 3 doubles, 12 runs batted in. Knock on Welsh is that he has struck out 12 times and walked 5. So the on-base percentage sits at .373 coming into today's game. He was a house of fire as a rookie with the Suckers in 2021, had 14 hits, cooled a little bit with Moon City a season ago, going 5 for 23. So for Bradey Welsh in this third year, this is kind of where the metal meets the meat, so to speak. He's really looking to take a step upward and prove himself as a star player in this league. So Jon Bortz has worked ahead of Welsh here, 0-2, after Welsh fouled one back. Bortz trying to get out of a jam here. Comes set from the chest. Slider outside. Welsh did not oblige. So Bradey Welsh from Marshfield, Missouri. Back home. He's now the baseball coach at nearby Hartville High School. Off-speeder from Bortz. Swung on, fouled back. Welsh just got a piece and sent one back to the screen. So the count stays 1-2. Pitch number 5 of the sequence coming here as Bortz gets set. Short leads for both of the runners on the corners. There's a check throw. Broadstreet dives back. Not a lot going on there. He and Chris Meza, the first baseman, engaging in a little gamesmanship. Bortz again from the midsection. Ran one in. Walked off the mound before the signal, but yes, a strikeout is called. Welsh goes down looking at a ball on the inner half that I am certain he would like to have back. So we've played one and are scoreless. Back with the second inning right after this. It's the Locos and the Mavericks, live and free today on YouTube.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Jocelina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
take glances at the skies and the radar throughout both of today's games. As right now, it looks like perhaps a little bit of rain might be here pretty soon, but for now, still good. Jon Bortz steps in to face Galle, swung over the top of some heat there, and goes down in the count 0-1. Bortz that time fouls it back. He's down in the hole here, 0-2. Big country Jon Bortz, the barber from Salem, Missouri, now lives in Springfield. Whoa, swung and chased there. Galle fooled the lefty outside. Down on strikes goes Bortz. Second strikeout of the day for Andy Galle, and it brings up the catcher Cole Hazelhorst from Springfield, originally Woodstock, Georgia, just northwest of Atlanta. Training to become a commercial pilot. Had 6 hits for the Locos a season ago, had 10 for Moon City as a rookie on a championship-winning team in 2021. Skies this one. Tyler Collison, the second baseman, is underneath it and makes the grab for the out. That will bring up another rookie for the Locos, Trent Simpson. He is the middle child, I understand, of 3 Simpson brothers from Waynesville, Missouri. Brother Trent broke in and won the Rookie of the Year last year. Trey said, hey, that looks like fun. Came out and tried out. Very talented infielder. Played a little bit of everything for the Waynesville Tigers, predominantly a pitcher and a shortstop. Got a fast pair of feet and a fast set of hands. So for Trent Simpson, question will be how fast can he adapt to the GRBL style. Pretty well, it looks like there as he golfs one out into right center field. Avery Hart there to get it and limit him to a single, but Trent Simpson's career off to a promising start with a single. And just like that, the young rookie is 1 for 1. He is on for his manager, originally from Chicago, Illinois, Chris Mesa. Just made an off-season move, is now a Spanish teacher and the head baseball coach at Greenwood Laboratory School in Springfield. Swung on and missed there, and then a check throw from Barnett down to first, where Michael Barnes helped usher Trent Simpson back to the bag. Chris swung on, fouled that one off. That's a big deal for Chris. He's been working to find a high school head coaching job and a teaching gig for a while now. Was an assistant coach under Courtney Spitz at Springfield Catholic High School last spring. There's a wild pitch from Galle, and then Barnett loses the handle when the ball comes back off the wall. So Trent Simpson advances and takes second. And into scoring position he goes, looking to break this 0-0 tie. 2 outs, a ball and a strike. Certainly manageable for Galle and the Mavericks here. Do not get the call on the slider out. So 2-2. Swung on and sent into left field. Simpson will go for home. Hooper's throw, just a little offline, and that's all it takes. Trent Simpson scores, and the Locos lead 1-0. An RBI base hit for Chris Mesa. Being patient with the 2-strike pitch. Send it past the shortstop and out into left field. So it's 1-0 Locos. Mesa is on for his right fielder, the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. 52 years old, the second oldest player in the GRBL this year. Todd, one of the originals from the first GRBL season in 2016. Works for Associated Electric. He's up 1-1 here to Galle, checked it. And it's 2-1. Tolbert swings and sends this one foul right side off the clubhouse roof down that first base line. Tolbert's the owner of a pretty good set of hands if he's able to get a hold of one as he sprays one from Galle there. Todd, over the course of his 8-year career, has stepped in against Andy Galle quite a few times. So Andy knows Todd is a tough out. Galle taking a moment to tie his right shoe. It's going to give everybody a little reset here. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Locos lead 1-0. And the guy who drove in that run, Chris Mesa, is the runner at first. Galle comes set from the chest. 2-seamer inside. Andy thought he had it. Man in charge disagrees. So with that, the count is full. Next pitch to Tolbert, swung on and sent into left. Frustrating for the Mavericks for sure, but a nice piece from the Todd father. That full count pitch sent out into left field and a no doubt single. That is now 3 base hits in succession for the Locos. And the 2-out rally continues here. Chandler Maples steps in. Maples from Clever, Missouri. A wildlife scientist who, like his manager Chris Mesa, accepted a teaching job this past off season. So he's a teacher and a baseball coach at Clever Middle School, Clever, Missouri. They do a combined K through 8, so they call it the Middle. It's elementary and middle. 1-1, up and out. Chandler Maples blessed with good set of eyes, good plate vision, generally doesn't swing at a lot of junk. I would expect him to sit fastball here. He did chase that slider as Galle almost fell off the mound. Throw ricochets off of the bag on first base. That will allow Chris Mesa to speed up from second to third. And he's just 90 feet away from adding to the lead. First and third, Galle laboring a touch. He's going to get a visit from his shortstop, Harrison Broadstreet, real quick. I think this is just a, hey man, calm down. We've got this. He's trying to get Galle to throw a strike. It's 2-2 to Chandler Maples. Make that 3-2 as Galle buzzed him inside and brushed him back. Another full count. Swing and a miss. Galle punches out of the inning with his 3rd strikeout of the day. But not before the Republic Locos string a few together. Chris Mesa drives home Trent Simpson. It is 1-0. Republic out in front. Mavericks will try to answer when we come back. It is Grip and Rip Baseball live and free all Sunday long right here on YouTube. And because you're watching on YouTube, that means you can like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know today I'm watching Grip and Rip Baseball.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Bortz back to work for the Republic Locos with a new task, and that is to protect a 1-0 advantage over the Moon City Mavericks. We head to the bottom of the second. It'll be Avery, Hart, Barnes, and Burks for the Space Cowboys. Jamar Avery Hart, second-year man, played for the Branson Showmen a season ago. Originally from Griffith, Indiana, now works in Springfield, Missouri. He's in the field of human resources. Played his college baseball at Trine University. 33 years old. Great defensive outfielder with an absolute cannon of an arm. Down here 0-2. A little hole in the swing there as Jon Bortz sent him a slider for a strike. Bortz from the chest. Fires up and out, or up and in rather, to the right-handed Avery Hart. It's 1-2. This is the part of the game Jamar has been working at and studying closely, taking good approaches with the baseball bat in his hand. Down on strikes, he went there looking. That will be one he wants back. Nonetheless, second strikeout of the day for Jon Bortz. That's going to bring up Michael Barnes. Spent a significant bit of time here at U.S. Baseball Park. He went to Drury University. Before that, he went to Fort Scott Community College. Spent some time in the summer, one summer in the Show Me Collegiate League, which is based here in this park. Site-specific league for college players and rising college players looking to sharpen up their game. So Michael Barnes, no stranger to getting it done out here. Swings and chops this one. It's over Bortz's head. Charging in to get that is Trent Simpson, and he will not find the handle. So Michael Barnes reaches safely. That will be scored E5. So it cannot, unfortunately, add to the career hit total for Michael Barnes. It was 9 for 25 his first year. Nonetheless, Barnes represents a game-tying run, and he's on for Ryan Burks, newcomer. Wears number 5. He is from Fair Grove, Missouri, now lives in Ash Grove. That's still in Greene County. Works as an electrical lineman. Like a lot of kids who went to smaller high schools, he was a middle infielder at that level. Went on to North Arkansas College. It's his first year here in the Grip and Rip. Ahead 1-0 here is Burks. Looked pretty good with good plate approaches throughout the preseason jamboree last Sunday. Although preseason and in-season are two different animals. 1-1 now to Burks. Bortz came home, swung on and chopped. That caromed sharply off the seats. Starting to see some umbrellas go up and some jackets come on as a few drops are beginning to fall. So the fans here taking a little bit of appropriate cover. But we play on for the moment. 1-2. Ball slips out of the hands of Hazelhorst, who goes to find it on the turf. He can't do it before Michael Barnes is able to advance. And while we're not certainly having the big fat rain or any kind of torrential downpour, there is just enough water coming down that, yeah, it could start to be a factor. Could start to see a little bit of slippage out there on the turf. That time looked like Cole Hazelhorst struggled to find it, but throw in some opening day jitters as well for both teams. We've definitely seen a few drops and slips. 2-2 to Ryan Burks with a man in scoring position and 1 out. Bortz threw him a fastball. This is swung on ground to the right side. Van Gorp, the second baseman, gets the throw over to Meza in time for the out. So Burks is retired. It's 2 away. Runner Michael Barnes moves to third. And he's on for Evan Barnett. Barnett, 23 years old, from Springfield, Missouri, went to Parkview High School. He was predominantly a pitcher for the Parkview Vikings. However, in grip and rip, has really found it as both a catcher and an outfielder. Broke into the league and immediately suffered a pretty nasty thumb injury as a rookie with the Ozark Mountain Ducks a season ago. That limited his ability to really be effective and get some reps for the Mountain Ducks. So Barnett comes in with some experience, but this is really, I think, our first look at perhaps what Barnett can really do. He's also been assigned the task of caddying for pitcher Andy Galle. That will be something to watch as the year unfolds. Barnett's down to Bortz 0-2 here as the rainfall intensifies just a touch. Bortz got him with a slider down. No, he did not. Locos tried to sell it. Umpire Donald Price not buying. 1-2. Kick and deal. Bortz got Barnett with the off-speed breaking pitch. Down on strikes he goes. 3 Ks for Jon Bortz, and he is out of the jam. 1-0 is the score. Republic Locos out in front of the Moon City Mavericks. Back with more right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Back with you live at Sky Bacon Stadium, where, yes, it is raining. Pleased to be joined by a guy we will see in action a little bit later on today. Now, a shareholder of the GRBL single season record for base hits with 16 of them, Branson Showman center fielder Jacob Carlson. And Jake, first of all, good to see you, but how's that opening day energy treating you today?
It's good. I had to show up here early just to get the true feel. Could have probably used a little bit more sleep, but we got up, we got moving, ready to get going. Probably would have rather had this game get out of the way early, but
you get to sit around and think about it a little bit. But not to bring up bad memories, but you guys came so close. Ended up losing a walk-off in the championship game a season ago. So since that experience, how hungry have you been to try to get a piece of the Springfield Mets again?
Yeah, I think it's just it was pretty unfortunate, especially you go into that 9th inning with a couple run lead, and just kind of things didn't fall the way we wanted them to, and but that was good. It's good motivation, get back in the gym and get kind of those things figured out, and feel good coming into this year and about the group we got coming in, and I really put a kind of an emphasis on being more flexible, more stretching, and battled some hamstring and quad issues last year, so hopefully I can stay a little healthier this year and get back into that shit.
Speaking of looking healthy, man, Jon Bortz just laced a single out into right field. He's going to be run for. Jacob Wright comes on to courtesy run for the pitcher, but Bortz off to a nice start here in 2023 for the Locos. Caleb Cole is the batter. Looked at a strike from Andy Galle. Yep, we're back to the top of the order here, so that's where it starts to get good. Galle kicks and deals. Jacob, we've seen just a little bit of slipping, and really it's just fielders having a hard time hanging on to the baseball. You've played a lot of games out on this turf, and so you kind of know there's kind of an extra step or an extra half second when there's a little bit of water down there.
Yeah, you just kind of got to take a little bit more time to make sure you got that good grip, make sure you got the good footing. You just kind of have to pay more attention to it because it is going to be slick, especially when stealing bags or sliding. You got to slide early because you will go for a long time.
Yeah, the old 15-foot slide, as many a rookie has fallen victim to out here. 1-2 here to Caleb Cole as he fouls one off. Battle of a couple of Hall of Famers here. Love to dial up the intensity straight away week one.
Absolutely.
Swung on and missed. What is that like? You know, you go from, shaking hands and meeting new teammates and saying, "Hi, I'm Jacob," and then, straight away you go into a really big game here right out of the chute.
It's just, I miss the fun of the league. Those at-bats, I'm going to get to see Clay here later today, and those are the at-bats you kind of look forward to, your Clays, your Galleys, your Englers, those at-bats against those top arms that kind of bring out that more competitive side, and it's just a whole lot more fun.
Mentioned Josh Engler, he and the Nixa Suckers 16-3 winners on Friday night over the Ozark Mountain Ducks, so they get to hang around and enjoy today off, but everybody will be back at it next Sunday as we start the slate of triple headers.
Yeah, that game started off with a bang. Both teams putting up some runs early, and unfortunately for the Ducks, they just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it was mistakes, and then credit the Suckers for capitalizing on some mistakes. So, gonna do one trick here for you, Jacob, to up your volume there. Just watch the sharp breathing out of your mouth. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So Galle has worked himself to a full count against the batter Caleb Cole for the Locos. Runner on first is right. Swinging a foul ball back will set him up and do it again.
Great at bat out of Caleb here. Seen about 8-9 pitches.
Yeah, Locos are doing what they need to do, which is make Andy Galle work and make his outing go as long as they can. You know as well as anyone, he likes to really push pace. Feels like that's a big advantage for him. Caleb Cole says he walked Jacob Wright, ran back toward first like that was a strikeout, and he had to be told no, that was a walk. But it's going to be frustrating for Andy. One of the few pitchers I know who watches that clock out on the Jumbotron as the game goes on. He likes to try to get 5 innings done within about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour even if he's, really feeling woolly. I'd never really heard a pitcher talk about that until I got into talking about game flow with Andy, but that is part of his game, just foot on the gas pedal. Trent Simpson swings and sends this one up the middle. Collison has one. Broadstreet with the spin-a-rooney. He's out, and the Mavericks turn 2.
What a nice turn.
4-6-3 with the old spin-a-rooney from Harrison Broadstreet for good measure. Locos not done, though. They do have a runner on third. And they've got Ben Van Gorp coming to the plate here.
Ooh.
BVG swings, sends a foul ball. Whew, sounded good off the bat, didn't it?
A little early.
Activity in the Locos bullpen.
Oh, that's going to get one in.
That is off the passed ball there. Galle slid to try to recover that one, and the Locos score on the miscue. So that makes it 2-0. And you saw that where Andy slid. I mean, you can still see the slide mark there outside the first base line. how far the big man's body carried there. Still 1-1 with Van Gorp. Just sold a high ball like he'd been shot.
Looked a little outside, too.
That was 2 feet away from your head, Ben. Come on. 2-1. That was inside, and he turned on it. Absolute distance. Yeah, that's over the bullpen into the hitting cage out there in left.
Keep that one. Ferris got a shot.
Power in the hands for BVG. 2-2 with 2 outs. Galle kicks and deals. That was an off-speeder that is sent
got some carry.
Way back. Could it? Will it? No! Nick Hooper on the run. And we talked about it. That's the second catch on the run Hooper has made today. This one was in fair territory. Nice play from him, but the Locos strike again. It is 2-0. Jake and I are back right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free on YouTube.
If you and I knew plumbing, you and I would never need to call United Plumbing, UNITED. But you and I can't fix a pipe or a faucet filled with lime, so we always call United, and they're there right on time. You and I once tried it, then decided to call United, treating you and I the way you and I would want to be. So call United Plumbing, UNITED. United Plumbing.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. They are going to take out Jon Bortz and bring in 31-year-old right-handed rookie Drew Noble out of Aurora, Missouri. He is originally from Eudora, Kansas. Went to Coffeyville Community College, where he pitched more than 150 innings in 2 seasons. Went on to Missouri Southern State University, and yeah, Jacob Carlson, one of his teammates there. You talked about him a minute ago, Josh Engler. Drew Noble pitched a complete game win over Missouri Western in the 2013 MIAA Conference title game. For his NCAA career, just 2 years at Southern, 120 and 2/3 innings pitched with a 5.44 ERA. That is 270 innings in 4 years of college baseball. That's
putting in some work.
That is yeoman's work for certain. So we saw a little bit of Drew Noble in the preseason jamboree, but he had an unscheduled exit from the game. He's got some heat-related sickness brought him out. Won't have to worry about the heat today. We're still sitting at about 74 degrees. He's going to have to contend with some extra moisture in the air, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's one of the things, especially for new guys coming in. Usually those first few weeks gets pretty toasty out there. So you just got to kind of, a lot of them aren't used to being out in the heat, and just kind of battle through it. That's what I do a lot.
I know you don't have to worry about this because you're a young man, but older guys like myself, as you go, advanced onward into your 30s, you kind of have to plan ahead more to be out in the heat. So
yeah,
it's not enough to just drink water the morning of the game. You think about your hydration in the 48 hours prior. So
yeah.
Lesson learned the hard way, perhaps, for Drew Noble facing Andy Galle here. It's 1-0. So Drew brings the glove up in front of the face. Pretty classical delivery. Just brings everything forward and downhill. He's 2-0 here. Andy wants to hit for himself throughout the season, he told me. Had some hitting success off and on. I remember 2020 for the Branson Showman. Got frustrated with the run support he was giving, and with a couple of runners on, told his teammates, give me the stupid bat. Went out there and hit an RBI double that ended up being the game winner.
Yeah.
3-1, swing and a miss there. Count is full, and we laugh. But of course, Andy was a pitcher only through college and in the pros. But as a high school player, when he wasn't pitching, he was a center fielder, and everyday guy in the lineup.
Yeah, I think most of the guys that even went on to play, minors or pro ball, I think most of them are probably pretty good up at the bat, because it's a factor that they look for, especially in the National League, because they're going to have to swing it a little.
So this is interesting. Time is called, and Daniel England is going to come out. Well, Chris Meza, first of all, is arguing. Galle checked a swing. They're trying to say that the baseball hit his bat. But that is ball 4. Call will stand. Scott Wilson coming on to courtesy run for Galle. He is on for Tyler Collison. Back to the top of the order go the Mavericks here.
See if they can string something together here. The top of the lineup coming up. The Locos were able to get one last inning doing the same thing.
So the Mavericks down by 2. Collison represents a tying run. He is 0 for 1 today. Popped out, or fouled out rather, to the first baseman first time. Looked at a strike there. Tyler Collison has been in the grip and rip for just a couple weeks now, but already picked up a nickname. He's Lil Murph.
I can see it.
For being mistaken for Clay Murphy during a workout. Certain veteran GRBL coach.
I saw they made him take a picture together.
They did. That was Mike Hudgens is in the Hall of Fame for a reason, for getting Big Murph and Lil Murph together for a photo op. And I was teasing Clay Murphy about that. I said, hey, man, what do you think about having a Lil Murph? He said, man, I've never been called Big Murph in my life, so I'm all about this. 2-1 here to Lil Murph. Tyler Collison took a Big Murph hack at that. 2-2. Drew Noble starting to dial it in a little bit here. Mavericks have managed just one hit so far. An infield single. Ooh, down on strikes he goes. I think Emery's got a little something going with the two-seam end. Or check that, Noble, rather. I was thinking of Joe Emery. He's in the on-deck circle. Collison down on strikes. Drew Noble gets the K. Nick Hooper to the batter's box with Emery on deck. Early season jitters for me as well. Hooper grounded out to second last time.
It was well hit ball, just right at.
Yeah, hit it hard, hit it right at somebody. Looked like Noble kind of slipped that the plant foot slid a little bit as he came off the mound, and yeah, he's gonna. It's not like you can really move the dirt around.
No.
You can kind of at least look at your landing spot a little bit. That's tough for pitchers who haven't had a lot of experience pitching on the artificial mound, and it can trip them up a little bit, particularly long striders.
Land a little too firm and it just goes.
But most of the time, the feedback I get when I ask pitchers about, making that switch from dirt to this artificial mound, the feedback is overwhelmingly positive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of college pitchers I've talked to have said, I really like it. You get a true landing spot each time. If you're up against, a digger or an opponent who likes to really dig that out, you don't have to worry about twisting or rolling an ankle when you come down.
That's one thing. Working out here, you saw some of those high school kids sitting there trying to dig it. It's like, it's not going anywhere.
Hooper laces one into center.
Nice.
Back goes Simpson. Had to reach up for it, but he robs Hooper of the base hit. Mavericks runner has to stay put at first. 2 away for Joe Emery. He's got Moon City's only hit on the day, Joey Franchise.
Little beard power.
He's got the beard. The beard power worked in the preseason. He hit a home run off of the Locos' Jon Bortz. It doesn't count for his career stats, but it certainly counts for internet clout as the clip
Build a
will
little
live forever.
confidence, too, going into the year.
Yeah. So Joe had a pretty good year for City last year, 9 for 24, a triple, 3 doubles, 3 batted in, walked 4 times and struck out 3. Netted him franchise player designation for Moon City. Asked him about that. He said, first of all, I was just happy to be considered and get that phone call. But second of all, you know, even though the Mavericks won just 1 game, he felt like they were a better ball club than what the win-loss record showed.
Yeah.
And he really believed in Daniel England's ability to put a club together. 1-1 swung on and missed. What was that like for you, Jacob, when Cole Rourke reached out to you and said, hey, we want to set up this franchise deal with the Branson Showman?
Yeah, it was nice. It was he sent me a real long text on Thanksgiving that had a bunch of Thanksgiving puns in it. I was like, yeah, I'm in. You know, I'm excited to be back with them and make another run for it and kind of get some revenge for last year of losing it in the championship. But you know, Cole's a guy that I really enjoyed playing with and for in the past and this last year and then this year. And I'm excited to be back with the club. And we got some guys coming back from last year's team, and then some new guys that I think will find some success in this league.
Down on strikes goes Joe Emery, threat neutralized.
It was nice not having to worry about what team I'm going to be on.
Yeah.
I can prepare a little better.
Little less stress. You know, you don't have that draft day stress for sure. Yeah, and you mentioned you guys bring back, of course, Toby York's back with the club. Carter Rennie, outstanding shortstop. And then like some proven veteran newcomers as well with Matt Spangler and Logan Prock. You know, guys who have had some postseason experience and have performed well in big games.
Yep.
So. So, you know, Cole knows what he's doing. He's put together a nice nucleus of position players, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and then you add, you know, Abma looked pretty good on the mound once he kind of settled in last week, and you know, a few other new guys that I think will be good. And Dreyer, I think, looked good at batting last week, and so I think you add a good mix of new guys to the squad with guys coming back, and I think it'll be a real competitive team.
Yeah, Cole Rourke is good at finding those, you know, middle of the road, often overlooked perhaps players. Calvin Dreyer, you mentioned, is a great example. Had a pretty key hit for the Springfield Metropolitans, a bunt single of all things. You know, the most non-Met thing to do, but you know, he found a way in a big situation. But you know, Calvin Dreyer's a guy who very sneakily goes out and gets 9 hits in 9 games, and you know, defensively he can do a lot of different things.
Yep.
Talented guy. John Arts stepping in here. Speaking of talented guys with a little bit of versatility, Arts can pitch. He can play the corner outfield positions. He can play first base. Swings a pretty good bat as well. Lifts this one into shallow center. Camping out and making the catch is Harrison Broadstreet for the first out of inning number 4. So 1 away, Cole Hazelhorst comes in. Rain continuing to fall. Just kind of light enough to be more of a nuisance than anything else. Hazelhorst open stance against Galle. Looked at a strike there. Nothing fancy there. That was just a fastball over the plate.
Yep.
Tried the changeup that time. Brushed him back. And he's starting to pick up the pace a little bit here with the 1-1. Swung on.
Make that hour 10.
Third baseman Welsh up with it. Got it across to Barnes in time. Yeah, not ideal. We're just inching toward the hour mark right now. I think he would like for the Mavericks to give him some run support here in the bottom of the 4th is what he would really like. Here's Trent Simpson, singled out to right last time.
They've had some opportunities, they just haven't cashed in yet.
It's been a little bend, but don't break thus far. Here's a swing, again underneath it, into the trouble spot in shallow center, but Joe Emery's gold glove there for a reason. He was winner of that award. First time that that award was divided between infielders and outfielders was 2022. So you, Jacob Carlson, probably be a contender for that outfield Gold Glove award before this is over.
I hope so. Last year was a little rough. I had a few mishaps.
So how tough is it? You know, I've heard players talk about this, especially on an overcast day like today. But you know, after about 3 or 4 innings, the baseballs turn gray. You know, a lot of the building for the stadium is gray, and then when the sky is also gray,
there are
tough.
some times where it's pretty tough to pick it up off the bat, and you know, that's when you kind of got to follow on the other guys, kind of help you out a little bit and let you know, and some of it's just kind of. Last year, I think I misread couple balls, and it's just kind of one of those things early on. You know, you're not used to taking a whole lot of fly balls, so you know, something I want to do in the off season is get some more going into the season. That way I'm ready, more prepared, get my better reads, and really get after it.
Don't have to give it all away, but you know, are we going to see you do some things besides play center field before 2023 is done?
I'm not sure yet. We've talked about it. I don't want to get it away
giving me the old okey doke here. All right.
Definitely having Proc out there to fill in if we need him to, and maybe I can do something else.
Well, we've seen you pitch, we've seen you catch, we've seen you play on the infield a little bit. Just whatever you need to do, right?
Right, absolutely.
So Drew Noble back out to work here for Republic.
So when I was asked in college what position I played, I was always just hitter.
Hitter.
They'll put me wherever.
Well, now at C of O, you're predominantly an outfielder, right?
I played short my sophomore and junior year, and then made the switch my senior year. We lost almost our entire outfield, and we had a pretty good backup, so I made the switch to center, and I played a little bit of short that year, not much.
Drew Noble back out for the Locos. Still see the umbrellas up out there in the stands. Take this opportunity to thank Central Bank of the Ozarks for sponsoring coverage of our streaming all season long right here on YouTube. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. Had somebody ask me this question, so I'll answer it. No, I do not watch the YouTube chat during the games. I'm usually too busy working, so our director Derek tells me what, if anything, the fans are saying in the chat, but I try to keep my eyes to the action. Harrison Broadstreet batting here against the righty Drew Noble. Swing and a miss. Noble kind of turned Street inside out there. I think Drew Noble is starting to find something on the inner half against righties. Small sample size, of course, but went in again. Broadstreet swung and missed. 2-0. Locos in front, bottom of the 4th. Swing and a grounder up the middle. That's through. That's Caleb tough. Cole
it's a hard guy to sneak one by.
And Harrison Broadstreet had just enough on that thing. Second time he's reached today. First hit of the campaign for Broadstreet, and he's on for Bradey Welsh. Mavericks have stranded runners in each of the first 3 innings. 2 of those were in scoring position. Bradey Welsh will try to reverse that. Struck out looking last time up against Jon Bortz. It's the first hit surrendered of Drew Noble's GRBL career.
He's going to lay one down.
Yeah, Brady changed up the grip there and then very quickly ducked his head back out of the way. 1-0. Noble from the chest. Looked like a 4-seamer right over.
That might be one he wants back.
I think that may be the closest thing to a cookie Bradey Welsh is going to get. 1-1. Caught the lower part of the zone. It's 1-2.
Ain't like that one.
Got a frustrated Bradey Welsh back in the box.
The old GRBL zones. Gotta love them.
Now time is called. Now we're back. Noble. Little pickoff throw. Locos tried to pick Broadstreet back in the first inning, and Meza didn't really tag him. That looked like it was done with a little more purpose.
It was a little closer.
And I can definitely, I can't read lips, but I can see jaws moving down there. Those guys are giving each other a little business. Here's the 1-2. Welsh turned on it. That's going to go foul, third base side. Well, Chris Meza, Harrison Broadstreet are friends. They've played together at certain points along the way. And plus, with Harrison just being a stand-up comic, he's usually got some observational humor to share.
Absolutely.
So another 1-2 for Bradey Welsh. Fifth pitch of the sequence from Noble is a ball down. Starting to see some umbrellas get folded up here. If you plan on coming out for the 3 o'clock game to see Jacob Carlson and the Showmen take on the Springfield Mets, there's ball 3 in. Wouldn't worry about whether or not the game is going to go. You just may need to bring a light jacket, maybe a towel or a ShamWow to make sure your rear end stays dry.
Might be a little humid, too.
It will be balmy.
Ooh,
Welsh laces that one. Simpson dove. It's into left, and then Bradey Welsh limps down to first base.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good. He's asking for time. Oh, boy. Not sure if he tweaked something. England, the manager for the Mavericks, asking if he's okay. He says, yeah. Well, whatever that is, he's just going to walk it off.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, it could have been something he slipped or...
I didn't see it either. I
I
looked out in the outfield and then looked over, and he was dragging a limp. First and second for the Mavericks with nobody out. Back-to-back singles from Broadstreet and Welsh. They're on for Jamar Averyhart.
It'd be a hard turn if they get that opportunity here. He can get down the line.
Yeah, double play depth for the infielders. They're also trying to guard the lines, and now time. I think that's Averyhart asking for it.
Yeah.
So Jamar back in there. Fastball low, that's off of Hazelhorst. That hurt. He's going to go back and recover it from the screen, but not before the runners advance for Moon City. Not sure, I thought maybe that caromed off of his shin guard, but Hazelhorst is acting like that hit his arm maybe. Third-year catcher out of Woodstock, Georgia, shaking it off. Is that on just like kind of on his wrist, maybe?
Yeah. Never feels good.
No, especially when it's a surprise. Noble has been throwing fairly hard. Here's a 1-0 to Averyhart. Ran him in. Jamar spins back out of the way. So 2-0. That is down, and Averyhart is ahead 3-0. I would imagine he's still got the green light to swing here.
Yeah, I don't think many people get the take on the 3-0s in this league.
Not in grip and rip.
I think most guys typically do, but...
That was a good take there in Averyhart's case. He'll take the free pass. So he is aboard and has loaded the bases for Michael Barnes. Michael Barnes, a season ago, 9 for 25 with 3 runs batted in. A couple of doubles to his credit as well. So does have extra base power. But a pretty good hitter for average as well, Michael Barnes out of Kickapoo High School. Woo.
They're bringing the infield in.
Yeah, Locos with the go-ahead run. Averyhart on first. Going to try to take one off the board in the event that Barnes puts it on the infield grass. 1-0, swung on and missed. Nothing fancy there. Noble just challenged him. Barnes back in, crowding that plate. Noble threw him an off-speeder, swung on and chopped. That's through. 1-run scores for City. That's Broad Street. The whoa-up sign will hold Bradey Welsh at third, so it's 2-1. Michael Barnes cuts in to the lead with an RBI single.
Yeah, that's where I think the infield in kind of backfired there. I think they have better shot if they're back, maybe get at least one.
So Chris Meza is going to come on here and take the baseball from his mound man, Drew Noble. And we're going to get a Henry's Towing pitching change. That is Ben Graham jogging on for the Locos. And we will keep it here to tell you about the right-hander coming on, Ben Graham. Now resides in Fair Play, Missouri, where he and his wife Janae operate the Graham Fam Farm. He is originally from that state off to our west that's rectangular in nature and starts with a K. Went to Emporia State University, then out of college was in the Washington Nationals system. He last played professional affiliated ball in the South Atlantic League with the Hagerstown Suns. That's a Class A club. He also played some low A back with the Vermont Lake Monsters. That was when the New York Penn League was still an affiliated minor league. 2011, he played 37 pro games, 46 and a third, 17 earned runs for a 3.30 ERA, 32 strikeouts to just 14 walks. After he was released by the Nationals, Graham hung around and played 2 years on the Indies in the American Association. That's, I would say, the AA and the Frontier League are kind of the two best when it comes to independent minor pro ball. Jacob, maybe you can speak to that, but played 2 years with the Wichita Wingnuts before injuries finally put an end to his pro career. But his wife Janae is a very accomplished attorney, actually, and they made the move from that state that starts with a K to Missouri, bought a farm, and so that's been Graham's trade. He also helps out and coaches a little baseball with the Midwest Mavs. But, hey, you know, the American Association and the Frontier League probably, you know, the best pro baseball you can play without playing for affiliated clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, it's the top. It's kind of what I was going after when I went out to California to play, and had a few offers. It was just the timing and everything just didn't seem to be the right fit, so I came home and found the grip and rip.
Well, and that's the thing about that is, you know, for some ball players, yeah, you know, that's a big deal, but it turns into an economic decision pretty quick because the pay in independent ball is certainly not great, and so, you know, a lot of ball players, you know, I think we've got a few in grip and rip who've made that decision. Andy Galle's one, Skylar Hinson is another who, you know, looked at some indie ball and then just thought it's time to turn professional in something else and start building a life. So certainly can't knock the guys who make that choice. I know it cannot be easy. Ben Graham on, firing to Ryan Burks, who sprays one foul. He's now down in the count 0-2. So Graham, again, 87 innings in affiliated baseball in the national system at the A level. Certainly knows what to do. I'm looking forward to seeing Graham get some more pitching opportunities in this league.
Good.
That was good stuff. Plate umpire almost looked around to say, really? Okay. Yes, that's what a strikeout looks like, sir. So Graham gets the first out. He's certainly not out of the woods yet as the bases are chucked here for Evan Barnett, who struck out first time up. That was against Bortz. Ooh. This is lifted into center. Simpson will not get it on the one hop. Bradey Welsh comes in to score, and we are tied. Evan Barnett with one swing sends Ben Graham's pitch into center field, and it is 2-2. Andy Galle bats next for Moon City, trying to help his own cause.
Yeah, some support here.
Well, if you want run support, doing it yourself is one way to do it. Andy bats here with the bases juiced. Still one out. Couple of pros going at it here. Ben Graham pitching to Andy Galle.
Little safety squeeze.
Not a bad thought, but he just gave it away there. Strike one. Locos fielders are going to get off their heels. Graham.
Good take.
Didn't look like that fastball came out of his hand correctly. It was outside all the way. So the 1-1.
A little different slot than most guys in the league. Kind of comes more side.
There's a steer-ike thrown on the outer half. Graham painted a corner there. It's 1-2. Again, 1 out, bases loaded for the Mavericks. Tie ball game. Galle, the pitcher, at the dish. Graham steps off and on. This is two guys just trying to disrupt each other. Graham comes set. 1-2 from the chest. Swing and a miss. Galle chased the slider. It's the second strikeout for Ben Graham. But it's not over yet. Here's Tyler Collison. Last gasp, perhaps, for the Mavericks to try to take their first lead today. Collison, 0 for 2, struck out last time. And the righty, Ben Graham, gets Collison to pop this one. Simpson running in. He's going to have to hurry, but he makes the catch. Ben Graham gave up 1 run. That will actually be charged to Drew Noble in the stat book. But the bottom line is we are tied 2-2. Jacob Carlson, we'll let you go get ready for your 3 o'clock game. Thanks for stepping in.
Absolutely.
Good luck and have a great season.
Thank you.
That is one of 5 men who's got the single season record for base hits, 16 of them. His quest to try to go for 17 and beyond. Well, let's be honest, beyond the stats, the Howard Bell is what Jacob Carlson and the Branson Showmen are really thinking about. We'll see them at 3. When we come back, we'll bring you the 4th inning. Locos and Mavericks are all knotted up. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free on YouTube.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
New pitcher for the Moon City Mavericks, number 4, King Owens. His Royal Highness makes the first Henry's Towing pitching change for the Mavs today. That's going to close the book on Galle after 4 innings. Andy gave up, let's see, gave up 2 runs, 1 was earned. Recorded 3 strikeouts today and allowed 3 hits. King Owens from Fordland, Missouri, a realtor and a fireworks stand owner. He has pitched more than 100 innings in this league. He spent 2021 with the Ozark Mountain Ducks and 2022 as well. Actually, his second stint with the Mavericks, he was with the club in 2020, the year that was slightly abbreviated by the COVID-19 pandemic. We played just 5 regular season games that year before the playoffs, so King appeared in all 6 games for the Mavs that season and had a 4.59 ERA. Best year for Owens would have been 2021 with the Mountain Ducks. He had a 1.69 ERA, largely coming on in relief for the Quack Pack. That was 16 innings of work, allowed just 3 earned runs in that span. He's even in the count here with Chris Mesa, the Locos manager. It's 2-2. It'll be Mesa, Tolbert, and Maples for the Railmen this inning. So we are in the 5th, tied up 2-2, down on strikes. Owens gets Mesa looking. And King struggled on the hill last season. He'd be the first to tell you. He's 39 years old now. Just was having some problems with his upper arm and shoulder. Came into this year and said, arm and shoulder feel great. Was a little bit worried about one of his ankles, but I think King Owens is as close to that 2021 form as we've seen in a long time. So good to see him back healthy and on the hill. 1-1 here. Also should mention King just got married. That was a couple of weeks ago, so congratulations to the newlyweds. King Owens and his wife Ariel had a little destination wedding down in Florida. The 1-2 to Tolbert, off-speed pitch, down on strikes. That is back-to-back looking strikeouts for King Owens. He's starting to fill the bucket here. We saw it from Andy Galle, the Mavericks starter. We'll see it from King Owens as well. He likes to work quickly, he really likes to push pace. As Chandler Maples steps in for the Locos here, I was asking King about that. He said, well, look, I don't throw hard enough to just absolutely blow a batter away, so I've got to do other things to try to find an advantage. There's a liner up the middle from Maples. A barehanded attempt by Collison, and the ball did not get into the glove of Michael Barnes. And yeah, I still think after all that, you have to go infield single for Chandler Maples there. Would have been an exceptionally tough play for Owens on the comebacker. So why not? Let's give Chandler Bats the hit. And Drew Noble, relief pitcher, coming on to hit here. Noble bats for the Locos with the go-ahead run on. Looked at a high fastball out of the zone there for ball 1. One dipped down in the zone there to make it 1-1. 2 away for Noble. A ball and a strike. Here's a fastball swung on, grounded to the shortstop, and through the wickets it goes. Broadstreet lost the handle on the grounder. And the inning continues. E6, says the official scorer. So that puts men on first and second. Caleb Cole, the leadoff man for the Locos, hops into the batter's box. The manager of Redline Athletics in Springfield, Missouri, does a lot to train athletes across all disciplines. Sweet spot, he says, is athletes ages 8 to 18. They do sport-specific training and a lot of injury prevention. And we, of course, thank Redline Athletics for their continued support of Grip and Rip baseball as well through the years, throughout Caleb's playing career with us. When he's not doing that, he and his wife Olivia are operating a full-on working farm. She's got horses, he runs cattle. I've actually been out on the Cole family farm, and it is looks as though a stickler with an eye for details runs the place. I did not see a single blade of grass or strand of barbed wire out of place. 1-1 to Cole. He got to it late and fouled it off to the screen. You know, Caleb from Lee's Summit Kind of found the farming game after he graduated from Drury University, and that's for real. It's not just, oh, you know, we have some cows just for funsies. He's passionate about that. The 1-2 swung on. That's up the middle. Broadstreet, a diving grab and a backhanded feed to Collison. And Street makes a slick play to keep us tied, robbing Caleb Cola the hit. And it is 2-2 on the fielder's choice. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Mavericks come to bat. 2 runs apiece for the Mavericks and Locos. Back with more right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks.
Sorry for the extended break there. I was waiting for the 5th inning kids race to run. I got to learn up to queue up a long one in the middle of the 5th. Opening day jitters and all that. But the kids race reaches its exciting conclusion. And yes, do we do that every game? Absolutely. Just one of the many things we do here in the GRBL to make sure the fans have a great time when they come out to see a game. So yeah, I always tell people, if you've never been to a game, you've really just got to experience the friendly atmosphere for yourself. And if you hang around long enough, whether you're an adult or a child, you're probably going to get asked to do something fun in between the innings at some time and point. Fan involvement, always big here at Grip and Rip Baseball. So Ben Graham back out to pitch for the Republic Locos after getting them out of the jam. They did not hold the lead, but the Locos did stop the Mavericks from taking the advantage. 2-2. All tied up here. Scheduled batters for City will be the 2-3-4. Nick Hooper, Joe Emery, and Harrison Broadstreet. Hooper today 0-for-2, flew out to center field last time. So Hoop Daddy out of Willard, Missouri. Played junior college baseball at Jefferson College and then Lubbock Christian University down in Texas. Primarily a pitcher. He has taken his game north of the border. He spent the summer of 2018 in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, playing for the Swift Current 57s. He's ahead here, 1-0 to Graham. Make that even 1-1 as a ball is fouled back to the screen. Starting to see the umbrellas go back up in the stands. Again, just a light rain continuing to fall. It is going to make conditions a bit slicker as the game goes on. But again, really not enough to be a major hindrance for the players just yet. The thing about it is both teams have to play in it, so it's not like anyone's going to get an unfair advantage. Ball and 2 strikes to Nick Hooper. Thought about it, but kept the bat on the shoulder. Two balls, 2 strikes. Graham working from the stretch here with nobody on. Hooper got under that one. Caleb Cole, Locos shortstop, calls off all his buddies and makes the catch. It's going to bring up Joey franchise, Joe Emery. Originally from St. Peters, Missouri, where I bet his father Tom Emery is watching today's game. We appreciate Tom tuning in with dedicated regularity. Know he enjoys watching Joe play quite a bit. Joe went to Francis Howell Central High School. Swings and sends that one up the middle to the second baseman, Van Gorp. A little backhand grab and a nice throw over to first in time. Redemption chance here for Harrison Broadstreet. From Springfield, Missouri, went to Central. Then Hannibal LaGrange College in Hannibal, Missouri, where he finished out in 2014. Batted .296 at LaGrange in 93 ball games. He's also a pitcher for Hannibal LaGrange. 35 games. Grounder to third. Trent Simpson up with it. Takes his time on the throw, as you should when it's raining like that. Got it over to Chris Meza for the out. So a 1-2-3 inning of work for Ben Graham. 3 up, 3 down. That's what you like to see when your reliever comes on. Let him settle on in. And we stay tied. It is 2-2. We'll go to the 6th right after this.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
His Royal Highness King Owens back to work for the Moon City Mavericks. You know what? Daniel England was excited to get a hold of King in the draft. They had been on the same team back in 2020. So Daniel England, a guy who really believes in what Owens can do. Just one of the more versatile, also one of the most affable players in this league. He's been at it for a while. But with his background in fitness, you know, he knows how to take care of his body, knows how to maximize its performance. And he's a steady veteran hand to have as a part of any pitching staff or any ball club, really, for that matter. He can play just about anywhere on the field. Trent Simpson looks at ball 1 from Owens to get us started here in the 6th. Trent today has been a little bit quiet, 0 for 2. Make that 1 for 3 as he sends a single out into right. Right up and over the second baseman Collison's head, and so Trent Simpson, just as I was about to say, having a slow start, heats up a little bit with his first base hit of the campaign. Ben Van Gorp, 0 for 2, flew out to left last time. BVG with the Locos for the first time. Bounced around a little bit. He was with the Showmen in 2020, the Metropolitans in 21, the Mountain Ducks in 2022. So 4th year of the town ball era, 4th club for Ben Van Gorp, who flies that one out into right, and it is caught. Nice job by Scott Wilson. The flying farmer runs it down and makes the catch near that right field foul line for out number 2, or the out number 1. Check that. 1 away. Scotty Wilson from Neosho, Missouri, robbing Van Gorp there. So here's Ben Graham. He is pinch hitting here for John Arts, having entered as a pitcher an inning ago. hit of Owens, 1-0. Make that 2-0. It's a wild pitch. That will allow Simpson to take second base. Jake McDaniel has come on to catch for the Mavericks, so a full battery replacement, if you will, from the way it started. Other than that, they've still got Hooper in left, Emery in center. It's now Wilson in right for Avery Hart. Infield stays the same. It's Welsh at third, Broadstreet at short, Collison at second, and Lance Kennedy has come on to play first. So here is Graham, ahead 2-1. Owens went at him with a four-seam fastball, down 3-1. King can throw the four-seam, the two-seam. He's got a slider in the repertoire and a curve. That 3-1 pitch was a two-seam fastball in, and so Ben Graham takes the walk. Runners on first and second, one out. Excellent chance for number 7, Cole Hazelhorst. 16 hits in 2 seasons. Best year was his rookie year with Moon City. He was 10 for 26 with a .448 on-base percentage. Cooled off with the Locos a year ago. Had 6 hits for the campaign. So Chandler Maples has come on to run for Ben Graham, courtesy runner. Hazelhorst rather, absolutely skies one into shallow right. Wilson running in. Oh, and he muffed it, and then he recovered it. Goodness sakes. No. You know, when making a catch on the run just isn't enough, Scott Wilson had to add to the fun and give all his teammates a thrill. The juggling act for Scott Wilson, ultimately successful as he makes the catch in the out. That was interesting. Trent Simpson bats with 2 outs, 2 men on, tie ball game 2-2. So one swing of the bat could still give the Locos the advantage. Trent Simpson today is 1 for 2. Single to right in the second, flew out to center last time. Oh, that hit him right in the back. And so some slippage there. I think King Owens is going to blame that one on a wet ball. So the bases are juiced. 2 outs in the 6th. Mavericks 2, Locos 2, and the player manager, Chris Mesa. Big opportunity here. So Mesa's 1 for 2. Had an RBI single in the second. We'll see what the kid from the College of DuPage in suburban Chicago, Illinois can do. Swung on grounder. 3-hopper to the second baseman. Collison squeezes and hangs on. Got it to Kennedy in time. And so the threat is neutralized. Well, Owens got a bit of a scare there as the Locos loaded him up, but they come away empty-handed. It's Mavericks 2, Locos 2. Bottom of the 6th comes your way right after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
New pitcher for the Republic Locos. It's a Henry's Towing pitching change, and they bring on newcomer Ethan Stinger. Let's tell you about him. 6'5", first of all. And I believe every bit of that. He's originally from St. Louis, went to Melville High School, where he earned all Suburban West Conference honors. Pitched 2 years at Southwest Baptist University. In that time frame, racked up 90 2/3 innings, 65 strikeouts, and 39 walks, had a 7.78 ERA. Then he went to Missouri Southern State University from 2011 to 12. Had 10 starts for the Southern Lions, pitched a total of 70 innings. Gave up 31 earned on 74 hits, struck out 39, walked 21, had a 5-2 win-loss record, and a 3.99 ERA for Missouri Southern State. That's the NCAA Division II level. On top of that, got himself an accounting degree that proved to be very useful after graduation. The only other thing I can tell you about Ethan Stinger is the man loves hunting and fishing. Matter of fact, exactly 100% of his Instagram account is dedicated to photos of hunting and fishing. So if you need to know something about going out to nab a turkey, or perhaps some venison, or big fish of all types, Ethan Stinger is your man. We'll see what he can do for the Republic Locos here. Again, last record I can find of him playing competitive baseball was 2012, so perhaps it's been a while, but the warm-up tosses looked pretty good. Right into the fire he goes, facing Bradey Welsh for the Moon City Mavericks. Welsh today 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. It'll be Welsh, then Wilson, and then Michael Barnes for City. Ethan Stinger's first offering is a fastball outside. Good velo, just didn't locate. Next pitch to Welsh. Again, trying that outer half, and again missing out. The umpire shows him the out sign with the right hand. 2-0, they go to a curve. That's high and tight. So Stinger falling behind here, 3-0. There's a fastball for a strike. Veteran move by Welsh here. Relief pitcher comes on, working the count a little bit. 3-1, swung on and sent to the third baseman. One hopper for Trent Simpson, whose throw is right on the button. That's Jon Bortz over there, playing first for the Locos. Trying to look around. They've got Daryl Neighbors playing left field. Trent Simpson still in center. I believe they've brought in a new right fielder as well. Scott Wilson looked at a strike. That's Jacob Wright out in right field for Republic. And that is a trickler to Jacob Wright, as Scott Wilson gets the first base hit of his 2023 campaign. It's a nice piece. So he is on for Lance Kennedy, who's going to hit for Michael Barnes. Came on as a defensive replacement earlier, so that holds water. Pretty much just a straight-up swap for the Locos there. Still Trent Simpson at third, Caleb Cole at short, and Ben Van Gorp at second base for Republic, with the veteran Jon Bortz playing first. Swing and a miss there as Stinger blasted one past Lance Kennedy. So Kennedy from Moon City went to Patrick and Henry Community College in Martinsville, Virginia, home of Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip. Swing and a miss there. Lance Kennedy, originally from Roanoke, Virginia. So in 2009 at Patrick and Henry, which is a JUCO, he was 22 of 89 with 20 batted in 32 games. Been playing a lot of slow pitch softball ever since then, but This is really his first taste of getting back into hardball in quite some time. So similar career tracks here between the pitcher and the batter. Ethan Stinger facing Lance Kennedy. Both men shaking off some rust. Here's a 1-2. Swung on, fouled. Well, Stinger attacked inside. Kennedy took an aggressive swing. Just got a piece and sent it back to the screen. So we'll do the 1-2 again. This is pitch number 5 of the sequence coming here. Oh, that hit him in the lower back. That was just a case of the baseball getting out of Stinger's hand earlier than he wanted. A hit batsman. So back into business go the Mavericks. First and second. One out. Ryan Burks is the batter. He is 0 for 2 today. Looked at ball 1 up and out of the zone. Burks from Fairgrove, Missouri. Really crouches into his stance, tries to make it disappear against the bigger Stinger. That one is tailing down. That's a Texas leaguer. Base hit for Ryan Burks. The woe-up sign given to the runner Scott Wilson, so he will stop at third, and the Mavericks have loaded the bases. It's base hit for Ryan Burks. We are still, for the moment, tied 2-2. And this is Jacob McDaniel hitting in the 9 spot. Evan Barnett was doing the catching, but he's been swapped out. So McDaniel takes his first at-bat of 2023. Jake McDaniel. Originally from Springfield, Missouri, went to Kickapoo High School. This is his 4th year in the GRBL. Swings and loops one. That's going to get foul. First base side. Here's the 0-2. Stinger. Oof, that was just gas. Oh my goodness. Ethan Stinger dialed one up there. Down goes McDaniel. And that'll bring up the pitcher, King Owens, hitting for himself here in the number 10 spot for the Mavericks. If you're not familiar with the GRBL, yes, the 10-man batting order, commonplace out here. King had 4 hits a season ago with the Mountain Ducks. Swung at a strike there. Really trying to dial in his plate approaches is Owens. It's been tough. 0-1. Good looking pitch. Stinger took a little something off there to get a called strike. So bases are juiced for the Mavs. Score is tied 2-2 here in the 6th. Ethan Stinger trying to get out of it here. The 0-2 pitch, whew, sends Owens ducking. Got out of the way of ball 1. So Ethan Stinger, the 6'5" St. Louisan, trying to keep the score tied. Fires the fastball. That's out of the zone. We're 2-2. Stinger will try to collect himself here. Going way over on the first base side of the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes to King Owens. That's up and out, and we are full. So Ethan Stinger got ahead 0-2. King Owens has since clawed his way back with some disciplined plate vision. He has worked it full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, Ethan Stinger got everybody's pulse going in the Locos dugout, but he punches his way to a shutout inning there. Big sixth for the Locos as the Mavericks strand the bases loaded. We will go to the stretch inning. After this, it is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free on YouTube.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Another green glob of showers on the weather radar has made its way over Sky Bacon Stadium here in Ozark, Missouri. And as we continue watching the radar in the skies, I can tell you the threat of showers will diminish rather greatly once this one moves through. But right now, fans are hopping under their umbrellas, and some of them are taking shelter in other parts of the stadium. And as the rain intensifies in this 2-2 game, Jacob Wright steps in for the Locos to face King Owens. It's Wright's first at-bat of the game. He is hitting in Chris Mesa's place in the order. Slow roller gets past Owens, charging for it as well. She fakes the throw. Wright takes a spill and a splash after touching the bag at first, and he is on. Daryl Neighbors next up for Republic. He is hitting in the 9 spot for Chandler Maples. It's been scored an infield single for Jacob Wright, and rightly so, as Daryl Neighbors, whoa, the bat went further than the ball, much farther as a matter of fact. All the way past third base. That's about 100 feet of distance and then some on the bat throw from Neighbors. Somebody get him a towel and some grip, something. And a little bit of spray, yeah. I hope whatever just went on to Daryl Neighbors' bat was legal. I don't know if, you know, at this point, after almost getting hit with a flying bat, anybody in the field is going to care how legal that was. So Owens gets set with a runner on. Neighbors with an excuse me swing, and that's going to be excuse me for a hit. Daryl Neighbors accidentally singles into center field, held onto the stick that time. Look out. Back-to-back hits. So the go-ahead run moves into scoring position for Republic. A comedy of hitting, perhaps. An infield single, and then whatever that was from the rookie Daryl Neighbors. Nevertheless, the boys are on for Drew Noble in the 10 spot at a Missouri Southern State University. Owens throws him a fastball. That's swung on, fouled back. 2-2 is the score. Locos and Mavs all knotted up here in the 7th. This game, I will say this, it's been entertaining. I mean, yes, there have been some mistakes by both sides, but you gotta love a close game. Owens ran that one in for a Steerike on the inner half. Turnabout is fair play as Noble found some success there while pitching. He's down here 0-2. King went to the fastball. That's going to get away from the catcher McDaniel. Runners move up, so now it's 2 men in scoring position for Republic. Nobody out on the passed ball. 31-year-old Drew Noble lives in Aurora, Missouri. Could give the Locos the lead with one swing. The 1-2. Well, that was one swing. That was a foul ball. Looked like it hit just behind home plate. Nobody out. Caleb Cole, Locos leadoff man. Waiting in the on-deck circle. King Owens missed high with the two-seam heat that time. It's 2-2. Activity now for Moon City in the pen as Nick Hooper, a right-hander, up getting loose. Owens went to the curve. No. That's low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch for Drew Noble. Swing and a grounder. Left side, that's foul. Locos third base coach, the manager, Chris Meza, tried to scamper over and get it, but he didn't quite. Another payoff pitch, swung on and popped. It's going to stay on the playing surface. Kennedy, the first baseman, settles under it, and he makes the catch for the first out. Mavericks far from out of it yet. The ball in play, and then Jacob Wright went home and slid. Mavericks called time. And they're going to send Wright back. Loco fans not liking that. Jacob Wright thought he had taken advantage of a ball in play. And the guy's napping on the infield. Heads up effort, I'll give him that. Meanwhile, the precipitation is intensifying here at Sky Bacon. 2-2, Mavericks and Locos, 1 out. Caleb Cole on with 2 men in scoring position, and he's brushed back with a fastball high and tight. Caleb 0 for 2 today with a walk. Watches that one go out. Owens is going to be a little bit careful here with Caleb Cole, but he can't afford to be too careful. 1 out. Trent Simpson waits in the wings. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Owens fooled him with the change. 2 balls and a strike now. So one of the best to ever lace him up for the Drury University Panthers. Another off-speed pitch, another swing from Cole. That one fouled back. And I'm not a lip reader, but I can tell you Caleb Cole's frustrated with that. Here's the 2-2. Caleb steps back in. Pretty even right-handed stance, slightly crowding in. Owens dipped a curve down and out of the zone. Hooper continuing to warm in the Mavericks pen. Brief stoppage here before the payoff pitch. Cole's back in the box. Here we go, 3-2. Owens winds and fires, swing and a foul ball. That's going to carry way back to the concourse, upper concourse on the first base side. So we'll set him up and do it again. A couple of GRBL originals going at it. King Owens and Caleb Cole fighting it out in a tie ball game in the 7th. Owens has what he wants from McDaniel. From the chest, Cole reaches out. This is poked foul. Way up and out of here. First base side up to the berm in right field. So we will do it again. the third full count pitch of the plate appearance. Owens deals. This is swung on, lifted in the air, center field. Emery back, makes the catch. Runner at right will tag. Throw coming into third, not in time. 3-2, the Locos take the advantage on a Caleb Cole sacrifice fly into deep center field. Nice idea from Emery to try to get the lead runner, but the Locos keep a man in scoring position, and they lead 3-2 on a sac fly. Trent Simpson digs in here. He's going to hit from the left-handed batter's box, as the Locos now have a one-run advantage. 2 outs. Runner on third. This one is in the air into the outfield. Emery over, calls off the help and makes the catch, and so the Mavericks get out of the inning. But not before Caleb Cole hits a sacrifice fly into center field, and that is why the Locos are up 3-2. It is the Sumit's Hot Yoga 7th inning stretch, and when we come back, the Mavs will try to claw their way back into this thing. It's Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free on YouTube. It's presented all day long by Central Bank. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
Stinger back on for the Locos to pitch. Rain has lightened up a little bit, although it is still falling. Kind of tough to see, but I can definitely tell you there are some wet ball players, some wet baseballs, and as Daryl Neighbors demonstrated, grip starting to get into the premium stages here. So 3-2 is the score. Locos have the lead, bottom of the 7th. Tyler Collison comes to bat for Moon City, looking to equalize. Collison 0 for 3 today in the leadoff spot. Swings and grounds this one foul. First base side. Good matchup between two rookies here. Tyler Collison for the Mavericks, Ethan Stinger pitching for the Locos. He's the 4th pitcher they have used today. No one has gotten the 3+ inning designation yet in this game, so not sure what Stinger's gas tank is like, but that is at least mathematically possible for him to go the distance. 0-2 to Collison is a fastball just outside for ball 1. One and two. Stinger working over from that first base side of the rubber. I think with him just being as tall as he is, takes a longer stride than most pitchers. Here's a 2-2. That time he pointed it downhill. That is a strikeout. Down goes Collison looking. A butte from Stinger there, and it brings up Nick Hooper. So Hooper likely to come on to pitch for the Mavericks here. He will likely have at least the 8th and 9th, maybe more. The Mavericks would certainly like to at least tie this thing up right here. Daniel England's got the top of his order. Good chance to do it. Ethan Stinger would like to just set him up and set him down. Hooper lifts this one into right field with a little bit of oppo juice. A one-hopper to the right fielder. That will play in just about any league. The first base hit of Nicholas Hooper's career is a single into right. And he represents the tying run for the Mavericks. He's on for Joe Emery. Joe. Out of Truman State University. Had 9 hits for Moon City a season ago. He's the Mavericks franchise player, so for Emery the pressure was off. He didn't have to go through the draft. Of his 9 hits, 4 of them were for extra bases in 2022, 3 doubles and a triple. He also batted in 3 runs. Would like to get RBI number 1 of the 23 campaign right here, right now. 0-1 from Ethan Stinger is a fastball for ball 1. 1 out, the runner at first is Hooper, a ball and a strike to Joe Emery. Stinger fired a 2-seam fastball for a strike there. So Emery, a veteran, getting a feel for what's in the newcomer Ethan Stinger's arsenal. 2-strike pitch here, swing and a miss. Stinger just blew it by. Nothing fancy there. Collects strikeout number 4 on the day. Does the big right-hander from St. Louis. So that's 2 outs. Mavericks still have a runner on for Harrison Broadstreet, who is 1-for-3. Single in the 4th, reached on an error back in the 1st. Street had a career best 10 hits for the Springfield Metropolitans in 2022. His OBP was up to 382. You know, to put that into some perspective, going into the 2022 season, Harrison Broadstreet lifetime had 15 hits in his GRBL playing career, so he's up to 25 lifetime now. And on-base percentage well above 350 for the first time. 1-1, and with those marked signs of improvement, Harrison Broadstreet facing higher expectations as Daniel England got him in the draft. And as Harrison gets hit there, so he is aboard. That didn't look like it felt good whatsoever as Stinger caught him in the rib cage. Harrison will walk that one off. Yeah, make no mistake about it. He's kind of making the transition from role player to everyday player for Moon City. It was a fact that was not lost on him on draft night. Swing and a looping foul ball. A diving attempt by the Locos third baseman. That is an out. Trent Simpson caught that. He disappeared by that screen in front of the Locos dugout. And the plate umpire made the call. That is a catch. So Bradey Welsh retired before I could even say his name. It's a foul out. I don't know how Trent Simpson did that. But Trey made a sliding grab. Like I said, disappeared from my field of view. Somehow got the glove under it before he went crashing into that dugout screen. And he made the catch to get Bradey Welsh. So the Locos keep the lead. It is 3-2. Back with the 8th inning after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Pitcher for the Moon City Mavericks in the 8th. They make a Henry's towing pitching change, and they call upon the rookie right-hander out of Lubbock Christian University, Nick Hooper. So Hooper, originally from Willard, Missouri, started out his college career at Jefferson College and then at Lubbock Christian, spent 2 years, pitched 40 2/3 innings for Lubbock Christian. Had a 4.65 ERA across 31 games he appeared in. 43 strikeouts to 19 walks. He impressed very well in his bullpen session at GRBL tryouts this fall. The thing about Daniel England is the first thing he looks at when it comes to pitchers, he's after strike throwers. So first strike pitches and just the overall pitch count to strike count will be important numbers used to evaluate Nick Hooper as this appearance goes. Here's the veteran Ben Van Gorp standing in against the newcomer Hooper, who buzzed him high with a two-seam fastball for ball 1. Jake McDaniel stays in behind the plate for Moon City. Hooper's 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball. Ball 2, just a bit outside, I guess. Hooper came back to the heat. That is low, and so Van Gorp working the count. He's up 3-0. 8 hits apiece for the Locos and the Mavericks, but it is Republic with the 3-2 advantage. There's a swinging strike on the 3-0 pitch. Next offering is a steerike on the outer half. Van Gorp was about to take the walk. Not so fast, my friend. Hooper got him with the strike. Down goes Van Gorp. Looked like a slider. He just swung over the top. Should be Jon Bortz here. He has re-entered. Left-hander out of Salem, Missouri. Swing and a pop. This is back over the screen and out of play. To see what the Mavericks are doing defensively here. They've moved Ryan Burks out into left field. They've still got Scott Wilson in right, and that's Joe Emery in center. Still Welsh at third with Broadstreet at short and Collison at second base. First baseman is still Lance Kennedy. Jake McDaniel behind the plate. 1-0 to Bortz. Swing and a miss. So Hooper's starting to settle in here after nibbling the zone with Van Gorp before the strikeout. He's ahead here 0-2. Missed on the outer half against the lefty there. Hooper comes set. He's working from the stretch pretty exclusively here. Breaks the hands from the chest. That ran in on the lefty Bortz. So now we're at 2-2. 1 out. Nobody on for the Locos. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nick Hooper. So 2 down. Here's Cole Haselhorst, the pilot in training from Woodstock, Georgia. Third year in the GRBL. One of those guys probably could have, should have maybe played some college baseball, but instead, you know, the academic track, just based on his career aspirations, coming to Springfield and starting his pilot training was what he wanted to do. Certainly can't blame a guy for thinking about life in the future rather than baseball now. But he's really found a place here in the GRBL. He's up in the count here. The 2-0 pitch from Hooper to Hazelhorst is a strike. Caught the inner half of the plate. Right by the letters on Cole Hazelhorst's jersey. Here's the 2-1. A golf swing and a miss for strike 2. Nasty stuff as Hooper attacked the inside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Coach Hoop comes set and delivers. Struck him out with the slider away. 3 consecutive strikeouts. Nick Hooper strikes out the side. And so the score remains Republic Locos 3, Moon City Mavericks 2, with the Mavericks coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th. It's right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Jocelina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
So Henry's towing pitching change for the Republic Locos, the 5th arm they have used today. The veteran right-hander from Nixa, Missouri, Ben Van Gorp, on to deal here in the 8th, protecting a 3-2 advantage in the run column. Van Gorp, for his career, closing in on 100 innings pitched out here in the GRBL. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, he's bounced around a little bit. Best year for Van Gorp, I would argue, in this league was 2019, where he had a 3.68 ERA for the A&L Electric Shockers on the way to a runner-up finish. He was with the Ozark Mountain Ducks more recently, a season ago, both of those times under the management of Austin Kendrick. So he has never played under the management of Chris Mesa, but those guys have been teammates before, both in 2018 and in 2019. That was before Mesa moved into a managerial role. But so now that Chris is in his 4th year, skipping the Republic Locos, drafted BVG for the first time. So when Ben's not doing this, he's working for Cox Health. He's a medical assistant. Also played some semi-professional football a couple of years back. He was quarterback for the Queen City Insane Asylum, a semi-pro 8-man football team that played by arena football rules, if you will, but played their games outdoors over at Cy Sports Center in Nixa. That's where BVG is from. What else can we tell you about Ben Van Gorp? Well, his daughter, Violet Van Gorp, 3 years old. Definitely enjoys watching Daddy play ball once in a while. So Scott Wilson, the batter for Moon City, here in the 8th, with the Mavericks trailing by a run. Wilson singled last time up. It'll be, looks like Wilson, Kennedy, and Burks scheduled to bat for the Space Cowboys here in crunch time. Van Gorp starts Wilson off. with a strike on the outer half to the lefty. Van Gorp brings the hands up high behind his head. He spiked it that time. A little bit of a condition change for the players as the stadium lights are on under some gray skies, so that'll change the vision a little bit. Odd to think about the lights being on at 2:20 in the afternoon, but here we are. Did he? Yes, he did. Scott Wilson went for strike 2. Appeal down to the base umpire Todd King, who made the call. Umpires have been consistent today. You know, the zone's been consistent. Nothing to complain about there. Here's a grounder to first. That's going to be handled by Jon Bortz, who steps on the bag and gets the solo out. So one away for the Mavericks. Lance Kennedy comes in here. Got hit by a pitch last time up right in the back, as I recall. Probably going to have a bruise in the morning, but the native of Roanoke, Virginia, needn't think about that right now. With the Mavericks down by a run, he's got to figure out how to get on. Kennedy checked it. That's ball 1 outside from Van Gorp. BVG. High leg kick, high hands, very classical windup. Kennedy rips this one down the left field line. That can be extra bases if he hurries. It's off the wall and left. Lance is digging. He's going to cruise for a stand-up double. Nice piece from Lance Kennedy, and he is into scoring position. 1 away. A double. And he's on for Ryan Burks. And Burks singled his last time up, so 1 for 3 on the day is the electric lineman who lives in Ash Grove, Missouri. First pitch he sees from Van Gorp is a sinker down. Ball 1. Kennedy taking a short lead from second base, just trying to keep the fielders honest. Van Gorp throws a changeup up and out of the zone. 2-0 here. BVG's been known to do some hesitations and other maneuvers with his leg kick with a runner on second base. Semi-pseudo Johnny Cueto-esque, if you will. It's 3-0. In a game like this, though, you don't want to flirt with balking Kennedy to third. That's up and out of the zone. Ryan Burks gets the free pass. And suddenly, the go-ahead run is on for Moon City. That will prompt a conference on the infield. Cole Hazelhorst out to talk to Ben Van Gorp, as is the captain, Caleb Cole. Really everybody in that huddle except for the manager, Chris Mesa, so this is interesting. Locos infielders going over some instructions, what to do if the ball goes your way. Certain situations may be better to try for the double play. If it's a slow roller, you may just want to take the surefire out. Here's Jacob McDaniel, 0 for 1 on the day, 0 for 1 on the season as well. This is the opener for both clubs. The first of 7 regular season games. There's a bouncer. It gets away from Hazelhorst. Kennedy is going to run for third. He slides, and he's in there. Ryan Burks had a delayed takeoff, but he advances for second base as well. Trouble brewing as the Mavericks advance the runners. McDaniel. Tie the game or even perhaps give City the lead with 1 swing. Van Gorp fires a 1-0. That's a strike called on the outer half. 1-1 for Jacob McDaniel with 2 outs. Van Gorp shakes off one sign, now comes home. That's a bouncer. Hazelhorst smothered it. Cole Hazelhorst is also a big fan of the fake shake, so that may have just been a dummy sign telling Van Gorp to disagree with him. Here comes a 2-1. That's outside. It is now 3-1 for McDaniel. First base is unoccupied. Mavericks have King Owens in the on-deck circle. Number 10 man in the order. 3-1 pitch is a bouncer that gets away from Hazelhorst. Kennedy going for home. He slides. He is in there safe, and we are tied. The Mavericks capitalize on a couple of passed balls, and it is 3-3. Lance Kennedy comes home. 3-3 tie. Situation's not over yet, so McDaniel walked, as that was ball 4. What that creates is first and third for the runners. So the winning run's on third, and insurance runs at first. King Owens batting here with 1 out. Looked at a strike. Right up at the letters. Throw back to Van Gorp. Actually went through his wickets, but Caleb Cole, the shortstop, covered it to prevent anything real bad from happening. 0-1 pitch to Owens. Breaking ball in. It's 1-1. All tied up, 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th. King looked at a steer-ike there, so BVG ahead now, 1-2, 1 away. Opportunity knocking for the Mavericks. Van Gorp from the stretch comes home. Owens swung. Is that a dropped third strike? As Burke scores. Should be a strikeout. Locos appealing. Yes, Owens is called out, and yes, the run does score. It is 4-3. Four to 3, Mavericks take the lead, and man, miscues by the Locos, just absolutely telling the story here. Tyler Collison bats. Mavericks have a runner on second and 2 outs. And definitely not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on a ball diamond, but doesn't matter how the runs get there, they all count. 1-0, Collison chased big time there. He knows it. Smacks the bat in frustration. It's 1-1 now. Van Gorp comes home. That's a fastball. That one again gets away from Hazelhorst, and the exchanges just not happening for the Locos pitcher and catcher this 8th inning. As Hazelhorst gets back behind home plate. It's now 2-1 for Tyler Collison. The runner has taken third. BVG's pitch swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Just a slow breaking ball there, but it was enough to fool the rookie from Hartville. 2-2 pitch. Went right back to it. Swing and a miss. Collison strikes out, and the inning is over, but not before the Moon City Mavericks put 2 runs on the board, and they take the lead, 4-3. We will head to the commercial-free 9th inning right after this. It's Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free on YouTube.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. the commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
Back to work for the Moon City Mavericks. His GRBL debut has been an exciting one. First of all, a couple of big catches when he started the game out in left field. He came on in relief in the 8th and struck out the side, and here he is pitching from the lead for the first time in his GRBL career. Top of the 9th, he will face Trent Simpson, Chris Mesa, and it will likely be Jacob Wright for the Locos after that. Could be Todd Tolbert as Hooper starts Simpson off with strike one, fastball on the outer half. Hooper ahead here 0-2. Trent Simpson steps out to try to slow the pace, and now time is called. Simpson back in. Little gamesmanship here. He is way back on the edge of the batter's box. Hooper comes home and just blew him by with the gas. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts for Nick Hooper, the rookie out of Lubbock Christian. Coming on strong for the Moon City Mavericks in a big moment. It's starting to rain again as City trying to close it out here in the 9th. Chris Mesa comes to the plate as the umbrellas go up in the stands once again. Yes, this downpour is for real. It's a gully washer out there. 1 out in the 9th. Hooper's pitch to Mesa. Fastball low, ball 1. And yes, it is most definitely picking up out there. Next offering. It's a strike thrown on the inner half. Both these clubs battling to try to finish this one out here. We'll hang with it. Hooper lost the handle on the baseball, and yeah, that's what we're afraid of as the rain picks up. It's going to be 1-2 to Mesa. One-two pitch. Hooper fires. That's a called strike. I thought it was 1-2. It's 3-1. What on earth? Hooper touches the rosin bag behind him, but didn't leave the rubber. He's wanting to stay in and try to finish this out. Next pitch to Mesa is a curve. That's up and out of the zone. So was that a 2-2? I can barely see the umpire, but it would help if he'd show me his hands. I believe we're at 3-2 or 2-2. 3-2 is what the hands say. All right. Thank you, sir. Curveball up and out, and Chris Mesa takes a walk. So the tying run is now on for the Locos in the midst of the downpour. Batter for Republic is going to be Todd Tolbert, number 5, re-entering the game. Started today in right field. Keep your eye on Todd. He had a base hit in the first off of Andy Galle. Sends the bat flying into his own dugout as he swings and misses at strike 1. So Hooper gassed it up pretty good there. So we will reset. And now a pinch runner coming on. This is Ethan Stinger, pitcher, running for Chris Mesa. Just got one glob of rain just settling over the park here on the radar screen. But it is definitely playing a factor here in the ninth. Again, Mavericks clinging to a 4-3 lead. The tying run is on for the Locos. That's Ethan Stinger. Pitch to Todd Tolbert. Up and out of the zone for a ball. 1-1 here. Nick Hooper from the chest. Kicks and deals. That's a strike thrown. It is now 1-2. Hooper again going back to the rosin bag. He's going to wear that thing out before this ninth inning is over, I'm afraid. 1-2 pitch. Missed high. It's 2-2. This is where, it's with as much as it's raining, all the players are feeling it. Your jersey, your pants get waterlogged. Just makes the body feel a little bit heavier than it should. Can be tough. Hooper gamely deals a 2-2. That is high, and Tolbert has worked it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hoop Daddy trying to now dry the ball, either on his pants, on his jersey, looking for anything dry to try to get a grip. May have to just end up taking some velo off. Here comes the full count pitch. Swing, and again Tolbert lost the bat, but the ball went into the glove of the catcher Jacob McDaniel. It is a strikeout for Nick Hooper, his 5th, and the Locos are down to their last out. 4-3. As far as season openers go, this one's had a little bit of everything, and it has been fun. Chandler Maples re-enters here in the 9 spot. Maples singled in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 today. Ahead here, 1-0. Hooper just slowing down his cadence. Oh, Derek, you're feeding me audio. You need to fix that.
Foul ball. A diving attempt by the Locos' third baseman. Derek, stop that. Thank you.
Sorry about that, folks. The 1-0. Swing and a foul ball back. 1-1 now to Maples following that foul ball. Yeah, starting to see some puddles collecting in foul territory, both sides of the infield. One, swing and a miss. And the Mavericks a strike away now. A 1-run advantage in the top of the 9th. Count is 1-2 to Chandler Maples. Nick Hooper comes set from the chest. Fires, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nick Hooper. As far as debuts go, that was pretty good. 2 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, and he gets the win. Moon City 4-3 prevailing over the Republic Locos in a GRBL North Division game. That is a big one. They score 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Hooper comes on, and Hooper gets it done. 4-3. Yeah, forget about the save. He got himself the win. Also had a couple of catches in the outfield, and Hooper recorded the first base hit of his career, a single in the 7th inning. So that is why our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game for the Moon City Mavericks, Nick Hooper, today's winning pitcher. 2 innings, 6 strikeouts, did not give up a run, did not give up a hit, as a matter of fact. The only base runner he allowed was a hit batsman. So the Moon City Mavericks 4-3 victors. They prevail. We will step aside, recap today's game with some depth, and maybe talk things over with a couple of soggy Space Cowboys right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Burger back with you live at Sky Bacon Stadium in rainy Ozark, Missouri, where the Moon City Mavericks are winners. 4-3, they defeat the Republic Locos in the season opener for both clubs. Pleased to be joined by today's Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game, Nick Hooper. And first of all, Nick, you look very soggy.
Yes.
But congratulations on a great debut.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
We're going to kind of work backwards here, so let's pick it up with the pitching performance. 2 innings, 6 strikeouts, and definitely a downpour survived.
Yes.
So as the water was falling, how were you adjusting your approach to trying to get hitters out?
Honestly, my biggest thing was just trying to throw it at either one side of his knee or other. I mean, my ball was moving because, again, slick hands, slick fingers. I was like, how long can I just try staying through his kneecap and just trying to throw it down the middle? And what's funny, Bradey was behind me. I had the ball in my pitching hand as I'm getting a sign. And he goes, hey, how about you keep it in your glove so it doesn't continually get wet? I'm like, that's a good idea. So I put the ball in my glove and then made it a little bit drier.
Little tip from a grizzled veteran there,
yes.
Bradey Welsh. So, we saw you go to the rosin quite a bit, and then we saw you like trying to wipe on your pants, on your shirt, just looking for any dry cloth,
yes.
and it just looked like there wasn't anything for you.
There wasn't. Every time I went for a ball, if I could get at least a little bit of sticky in my fingers, then I knew I was going to have to throw it, because I can't just make an excuse out there being a pitcher. It's like everybody's dealing with the rain. You just got to throw it out there and make them hit it.
So I know, last year you were working for the ballpark here, so you spent a lot of time in this very press box, scoring games, running the scoreboard and all that, and I'm sure the I want to be out there feelings were kicking in for you. So how did it feel to get out there on the field, and then in the first inning you make that big catch over in foul territory for an out?
Oh, I will definitely say there was a lot of nerves. Getting back out there is a great feeling when you've been away for 6-7 years. When the ball gets hit to you, you have a little bit of that jitter of like, don't drop it. But once you get that first catch, that first ground ball, first hit out of the way, then you can kind of start to relax, because you're trying so hard to do something for your team, and it's just a different feeling. But it's great to get back out there.
Yeah, I mentioned first hit, got the first hit as well. So
yes.
we got to see the complete package, Nick Hooper, today.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to you? Just I know in college you were predominantly a pitcher, so out here in the GRBL you have a chance to do a little bit more of everything.
Yes. I was about to say, whenever I was in high school, I loved hitting, and then when they start throwing 90, 93. I was like, I'm okay kind of being a pitcher with this. So it does help the velo here is a little bit lower, but I mean, it still doesn't mean these guys aren't throwing dirty stuff. I mean, every pitcher we faced today had some pretty good off speed, pretty good. I mean, you still got to hit the ball, and it doesn't matter if it's coming at you 90 or if it's coming at you 83. I mean, you still got to hit it. You got to make contact, and these guys are doing a great job out here also. And
I know you're acquainted with a lot of the guys, you know, before you tried out and before you were drafted by the Moon City Mavericks. But what has that been like to you, going from like the hi, I'm Nick, and shaking hands with people to like all of a sudden you're in a game, and then you guys are in a very interesting fight with the Locos there and a one-run win.
Yes, I mean, honestly, it shocks how quick we became, honestly, like, I don't want to say family too soon, but that's what it feels like. I mean, everybody in there is kind of on the same head. We all have kind of the same humor. Again, our coach is freaking fantastic. It's just like we all meshed very quickly and easily out there. And again, it's like we never had a down moment in there. Even when we were down a little bit, it was just like, hey, let's try and find a hit. Let's find a guy on base. And it was great. So it was really smooth kind of going to that.
Well, a 1-0 start for the Moon City Mavericks. That's all you can ask for to start a campaign. So congratulations on a nice dub today.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
That is Nick Hooper. We will bring in his fantastic manager, Daniel England. We'll get him a dry headset. How about that? Just, you know, I'm that nice of a guy to my good friend Daniel. Mr. 5-time hops in to the press box here at Sky Bacon Stadium. And Dano, I mean, first of all, you know, what can you say for your guys, as Nick said, coming together down 3-2 and then score a couple of runs in the 8th and then close the door?
Yeah, it was, you know, we were never out of it. We were a hit away from, you know, pretty much the whole game. I think we left the bases loaded once. We had second, third. We just couldn't get that hit. And then, you know, the 8th inning comes and we get it done. And, you know, Lance gets that big hit. You know, everybody's contributing. And I knew if we could get the lead, I had not seen Nick pitch, but I was fairly confident he was going to come in and shut the door. And, yeah, when he pitched the 8th, I was like, oh, yeah. And then we got the lead, and I'm like, it's over. Yeah. He's going to shut him down the 9th.
So were you concerned at all as Nick went out there for the 9th and then the skies seemingly opened up, a downpour?
Yes, I was hoping my luck couldn't be that bad, but you know, we have several guys that were on last year's Mavericks team, ton of new guys, but I mean, last year was rough, and to come out and get that first win and that rain came down, I was like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. But yeah, it let up, and Nick was able to throw strikes. I don't know how, and it was a great game. It was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, we knew what you were bringing back with some of the veterans there. Of course, Joe Emery and Michael Barnes and Bradey Welsh, and then you know you get the big guy, the Hall of Famer Andy Galle coming over. But you mentioned Lance Kennedy. We saw, of course, Hooper came in and got 6 strikeouts, and I was impressed with Ryan Burks as well. So. I think it's fair to say Daniel England's eye for the newcomer is still strong to quite strong.
Yeah, I really like the new guys. Lance is a good addition. He's solid first baseman. He can hit the ball. You know, Ryan's just kind of he can play second. We saw in the Jamboree, made a heck of a play. I stuck him out in the outfield, and he's putting bat on the ball. Yeah, he's a good player, and I really like this team. It's a good team.
Yeah, you know, I know you've been around this league from its inception, but you know, does it ever get easier to go from drafting a team, you know, putting a club together, and then suddenly getting them all to pull the same rope or to row the boat in the same direction?
No, because I think everybody wants to come out and win. They all want to they want to play well. They're playing as hard as they can. They know it's a short season. So, I mean, everybody's out there giving max effort. So you have confidence in putting a guy out in a spot or in the lineup, and you know he's gonna give you 100%. There's no doubt about that. So no, I don't have. These guys have come together really quick. You know, Nick set up a hitting session this morning over at the Marucci building, and the guy showed up and hit. And so, you know, I got Broad Street. You know, he was taking charge of the infield today and really being a leader, and I was really glad to see that. So, you know, it's a great team. I'm very happy. Very happy.
Well, Daniel England, I know 1-0 feels a lot better than 1-7 for sure. So you've already equaled your win total from last year, but you know, big stat I'll throw out there. You guys are now undefeated in the new Mavericks red jerseys.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So how about that? Never lost.
That's right. That's wonderful.
That is Daniel England, the skip of the Moon City Mavericks. We will let him go find a towel, maybe a nice warm shower as well. Or, you know, he may hang out and watch the Springfield Metropolitans and the Branson Showmen. We'll see. That game is next. We are scheduled to start at 3 p.m. We are going to shut down this stream, and then we'll start a new one for that game right here on the YouTube channel. So A quick sign off here. Thank you so much for joining us for Locos and Mavericks. Mavericks get the win today, 4-3. Today's game's been directed by Derek Sako. Executive producer is Tony Lewis. My name is Rance Berger, wishing you good night from Ozark, Missouri.